Welcome to the future, where advancements in artificial intelligence and robotics have affected our society to become more reliant on machines. AI helps us perform tasks and make better decisions. But as robots become more integrated into our lives, we're faced with the crucial question: is it ethical? Where is the moral gray line crossed? In this video, we're gonna delve into this idea and expand upon if robots should be allowed to make their own decisions, and if so, who's responsible for their actions? This is going to be a fascinating discussion about the world of robotic ethics. So make sure to stick all the way until the end to learn the complex issues that may arise when machines start making ethical decisions on our behalf. Before we start, make sure to click the like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks! So today, it's difficult to imagine a more fascinating and dangerous technology than machine learning. While media coverage and research papers continuously promote machine learning's potential to be the most powerful driver of positive change in business and society, the lingering worry on everyone's mind is, what if it all goes wrong? For years, scientists have cautioned about the unforeseen societal repercussions of general artificial intelligence. According to some really smart people, intelligent machines will be able to outsmart humans by 2029. Stephen Hawking has even gone as far as to say that after humans develop full AI, it will set off on its own and remake itself at an ever-increasing rate. Elon Musk fears that AI may constitute a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization. It's no shocker that the media is not very happy with this alarmist perspective of the scary possibility of general AI. These apocalyptic predictions are frequently answered by suggestions for more ethical implementation of AI systems. Basically, this is how the engineers are going to somehow imbue autonomous systems with a sense of ethics. Some AI specialists believe that we're going to be teaching our future robot overlords to distinguish between right and wrong. This is synonymous with a good Samaritan AI that will always act justly on its own and assist people in crisis. Although this future is still decades away, great ambiguity exists today about how, if at all, we'll achieve this degree of general machine intelligence. But more importantly, even the restricted AI applications that exist today require our immediate attention in how they make moral judgments in real day-to-day settings. This is ultimately going to lay the foundation for our future and whether or not AI actually takes over, or if it's the good guy. This is going to be relevant in real-world examples like when algorithms have to decide who receives access to loans, or when self-driving cars have to determine the value of human life in hazardous traffic situations. What are the moral problems in everyday life? Teaching morality to robots is going to be difficult because humans can't objectively transmit morality in measurable parameters that a computer can process. Indeed, it's debatable if we as humans have a clear understanding of morality on which we can all agree. In moral quandaries, humans tend to depend on gut instincts rather than the rigorous cost-benefit computations. Machines, on the other hand, require specific and objective measures that can be measured and optimized precisely. For example, by learning how to optimize the score through repeated playthroughs, an AI player can thrive in games with clear rules and bounds. Alphabet's DeepMind was able to defeat the greatest human Go players after experimenting with deep reinforcement learning on Atari video games. Meanwhile, OpenAI accumulated lifetimes of expertise to defeat the top human players in the Valve Dota 2 tournament, one of the most prominent esport events in the world. But in practice, optimization problems are far more difficult. For example, how can you educate a machine to maximize justice algorithmically, or to overcome racial and gender biases in its training data? A machine can't be taught what's fair unless the engineers who create the AI system have a clear definition of fairness. Several authors are concerned because this means if the application isn't made by the right person, then everything's gonna go south. In the worst case scenario, algorithms might deny minority services, limit people's career chances, or pick the incorrect political candidate. You can start to see where the issue comes in. So what are our options? Based on our machine learning experience, there are some ways to start creating more ethically aligned machines using these guidelines. The first guideline is explicitly defining ethical behavior. AI researchers and ethicists must define ethical principles in terms of quantitative characteristics. In other words, they have to be able to provide explicit solutions and decision rules to any conceivable ethical quandary that machines may meet. This would necessitate humans agreeing on the most ethical course of action in each given situation. Do you even think this would be possible? For the entire globe to arrive at one ethical consensus? This could be a whole different discussion in of itself, so make sure to leave a comment about your thoughts on this topic, and let's continue with the video. Okay, so for example, Germany's Ethics Committee on Automated and Connected Driving have proposed that self-driving cars can be programmed with ethical norms that emphasize the protection of human life above all else. The car should be prohibited to offset victims against one another in the case of an inevitable accident. In other words, when a crash is unavoidable, a car should not be able to select whether to kill one person based on specific characteristics such as age, gender, or physical/mental constitution. The next guideline is crowdsourcing human morality. Engineers have to collect sufficient data on specific ethical measures to properly train AI algorithms. If we establish particular measurements for our ethical principles, an AI system can struggle to recognize them if there's insufficient unbiased data to train the models. Obtaining sufficient data is difficult since ethical principles are not always clearly standardized. Various scenarios necessitate multiple ethical approaches, and in certain cases, there may be no single ethical course of action at all. Consider the devastating autonomous weapons being researched for military uses. One method would be to crowdsource potential moral problem solutions for millions of people. For example, MIT's Moral Machine project demonstrates how crowdsourcing data can be utilized to effectively teach machines to make better moral judgments in the context of self-driving cars. 3. Making AI systems more transparent. Legislators have to enact norms that make ethical AI decisions more transparent, particularly concerning ethical measurements and consequences. After all, we can't accept the algorithm did it as a valid excuse if AI systems make mistakes or have unintended repercussions. But we also know that requiring complete algorithmic openness is pretty much impossible and quite frankly not very useful. Human inspectors can't examine neural networks because they're too complex. Instead, there should be greater transparency about how engineers quantified ethical ideas before programming them, as well as the outcomes that the AI produced as a result of these decisions. For self-driving cars, this could mean keeping thorough logs of all automated choices at all times to maintain ethical accountability. What are the next 3 steps for moral machines? We feel like these 3 proposals should be viewed as a starting point for designing ethically aligned AI systems. By failing to instill ethics in AI systems, we can be putting ourselves in danger of letting algorithms decide what's best for us. For example, in the event of an inevitable accident, self-driving cars will have to make a judgment, for better or worse. Nevertheless, if the car's designers fail to provide a set of ethical standards that can serve as the decision guidelines, the AI systems may propose a solution that causes more harm. This means we can't just refuse to measure our ideals. We make an implicit moral choice by avoiding this essential ethical conversation. And when machine intelligence becomes more prevalent in society, the cost of delay might be huge, affecting the lives of billions of people. Machines can't be believed to be ethically capable by default. Humans have to educate them on what morality is and how to measure and improve it. This can appear to be a tough undertaking for AI engineers. After all, defining moral standards is a task that humanity has faced throughout its history. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end of this video. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more great discussions like these.